I'm Diana Steele and I'm here at Fresh Street Market in West Vancouver, and today I'm talking about going from meat to plants. Choosing to go for a more plant-based diet has many health benefits. We know that science has shown us it will lower your blood pressure, it will help reduce the risk for heart disease, diabetes, and certain types of cancer. It's going to improve your bone health, and it may even reduce your risk for Alzheimer's. So a lot of people are starting to think, well, maybe I should eat a little bit less meat and start moving over to a more plant-based diet. And if this is something that you're planning on doing, I think it's a great idea. Start easy, start slow. Start with maybe a Monday meatless meal and slowly start to reduce your portions of protein at your other meals during the week. You can also start to do easy substitutions. So when you're thinking about going plant-based, it doesn't just mean you're dropping the meat and having a bunch of sides and salads. I want you to think about what you're adding, new foods, not just what you're cutting out. So dropping the meat and making a more interesting meal, you can add things like Eve's Veggie Ground Round or tofu, so other protein foods. Other really great protein foods are nuts and seeds, things like chickpeas and other beans and lentils and kidney beans. They're great sources of protein. It is easy to get enough protein through your diet if you're eating plant-based. You just have to pay attention. If you're cutting out milk, then you're choosing to have more soy milk. You know, soy milk has more protein than an almond milk or a hemp milk or a rice milk. So soy milk would be my recommended option to aim to get enough protein. If you're an athlete, you may even need to take a protein powder, but you can definitely get enough protein in a plant-based diet. Other things to think about: calcium. Now we know that if you're not having milk or yogurt or cheese, you can have things like soy milk and those other fortified beverages, but dark green leafy vegetables, whole grains, they all contain a little bit of calcium as well. And when you have no animal protein, your absorption and loss of calcium is reduced. So you're going to lose less calcium without animal protein, which is great. In terms of fats, well, a plant-based diet is naturally low in saturated fat, so that's already going to reduce your risk for Alzheimer's. But you do need to get your right balance of omega-3 and omega-6, and we tend to get a lot of omega-6 in our diet from things like soybean oil and sunflower and safflower oil. So trying to get more omega-3s in your diet is a good idea. Nuts and seeds, for example, are a great way. However, the two omega-3 fats that come from fish, you're not going to get in a plant-based diet. And so what I recommend doing is either really increase your omega-3s of ALA or take a supplement. And you can get some supplements that have a plant source of DHA in them. So DHA is one of the omega-3 fats that we get in fish, but you can get it from an algae source. So getting about 200 to 400 milligrams of DHA in your day as a supplement might be a good option for getting your omega-3s and reducing your risk for Alzheimer's. Other nutrients of concern: zinc. Now zinc, if you're plant-based, completely plant-based, you need 50% more zinc than someone who's eating animal products. And zinc is tightly bound to phytates in things like whole grains and nuts and seeds. So to make the zinc more available, and actually to make calcium more available too, soaking your nuts. I've got macadamia nuts here, and you can actually soak these, put them in a blender with a little bit of water, and make a puree out of them and put them onto your plate as a salad dressing or have them as a cream sauce with pasta. It's a really great way of getting some more zinc and also some protein in there. Sprouted grains. This bread here is a sprouted grain, and by sprouting the grains, the zinc and the calcium and iron are more available. So choosing more sprouted grains or learning how to sprout your own grains is also a good way of doing it. And then the other nutrient of concern is B12. Now B12 is only in animal products, so you can't get it in a plant-based product unless it's added in, and it's got to be a synthetic form. And the foods that are fortified with B12 would be things like your tofu or Eve's Veggie Ground Round and soy type products, and you can read on the nutrition facts table how much B12 there actually is. Also, soy milk is a really great way of getting your B12, and so if you had 2 cups of soy milk every day, you would get all the B12 that you needed. It's got 50% in 1 cup. The other food that's been fortified with B12 is cereal. Breakfast cereals are a great way of getting your B12. And then finally, if you don't want to have any of those, or those are just some of the things that you're including, you can also have Red Star nutritional yeast. Now, nutritional yeast that's grown on a B12 rich medium will give you some B12. So 1 tablespoon is going to give you about 1/3 of the B12 that you need for your day. And you can use this nutritional yeast by sprinkling it onto your pasta. It kind of tastes like Parmesan cheese, but it's another way of getting your B12. You can also take a vitamin supplement, and just a multivitamin will give you that B12. B12. So there's lots of different things to think about as you're making your transition to plant-based, but as I said, start slow, start doing easy substitutions, reducing your portions of the meat, and choosing to have meatless meals, and maybe even full days that are completely plant-based, and it's going to be good for your health, good for the environment, and if it's an ethical issue for you, good for your ethics as well. So enjoy your plants.
All right, thanks, Diana. If you'd like to know more, you have any other nutrition questions, you can reach Diana at 604-739-3290 and her website, eatingforenergy.com.